Well, good morning and welcome to New Thought Talk. I am the Reverend Steve Walling from the wonderful Spiritual Awareness Center located in beautiful downtown Madera. Welcome to the show today. Boy, what a show I've got today. You know, one of the blessings of doing this show is the interesting people that I get to meet. And I got a couple today that we're going to be interviewing. You know what? I think this is actually my first couple Skype interview. But these people have put together some really great stuff. They've got a new movie out that's called The New Thought, the movie. They've got incredible projects that they've been doing over the last several years. And this fellow's name is iKE aLLEN, and his partner is Ande Anderson. And they have a company that iKE founded called AVAIYA. And we got so much stuff to talk about. I want to bring him in. iKE, Ande, welcome to the show.
Good morning, good afternoon, Steve.
Well, yeah, good morning and good afternoon to you, too. Okay, listen, I told you when we were talking, I want to get iKE and Ande's background. You are putting together, or you've put together AVAIYA, and we're going to talk about some of the products that you've done in the past. But obviously, you are very much into New Thought, and you've kind of, it looks like you formed your company around this idea of a New Thought consciousness. You've done a lot of stuff. So iKE, first I'd like to ask you, how did you get into New Thought? And from there, how did you get to where you're at right now?
Yeah, that's always an evolving story. So, right, like all good stories, we shift and change it. You know, it was the alien ship came down, and that's how it occurred to me. No, wait, that wasn't it. I grew up with no religion, so okay. I grew up reading Eastern philosophy, but it never really seemed practical to me. I always sort of looked at it from the perspective, well, what am I going to do with this? Sure, the world is an illusion, or the world is illusory, or we can manipulate reality, or our thoughts create a reality. Mm-hmm. So what? And then as I started drifting into the work of people like Arnold Patent and someone that really learned a lot from him, Robert Scheinfeld, and A Course in Miracles, I decided, okay, I'm going to make a movie about the nature of reality, a practical movie.
Stop right there. You made a decision to make a movie. iKE, how does someone make a decision just to make a movie? I grew up in Hollywood. I'm familiar with the process, but you're out there in Colorado somewhere. How did you just decide to make a movie?
I just, there should be a movie about this. So I grew up in the restaurant business, and I jumped ship into the movie industry, and here I am 10 years later.
Great. So, all right. I interrupt you, but I want you to continue with your story, iKE. So you decided to make a movie, and how did things evolve from that point?
Really the big the big shift when I knew it was going to work was I sent Dan Millman, the guy that wrote Way of the Peaceful Warrior, an email. I just said, hey, Dan, I'm making this movie about the nature of reality. You were so influential in my life. This is probably a stretch, but would you be willing to be interviewed? And he came back to me about an hour later and said, yes, here's my home phone number. Call me. I want to do this. And I said, wow, if he's in, then I guess I should make this movie.
Oh, that's, how wonderful is that? So, all right, what was the first movie that you did, or the first interview you did with Dan? What did that evolve into?
What did the first interview with him evolve into? Well, that is what a big part of the first film I made called Leap is all about. So it's all about the nature of reality. So okay.
We're going to talk about Leap and the Tao of Quantum Physics and some other projects that you've done. But we're going to put all that on hold for a minute because there is somebody sitting next to you that has her story. Now we've got history. Now let's get her story. Ande, how did you come to New Thought? And why don't you give me a backstory about everybody else, how you came to meet this movie producer guy that you eventually partnered up with?
You mean this fabulously handsome man whose birthday was yesterday?
Yeah, that's the guy.
Interestingly, just like I grew up with no form of religion, no talk of spirituality, God, anything. And my background is in exercise physiology and nutrition. And about 4.5 years ago, a dear friend of ours, Christina Grafano, introduced us. And ever since then, I really dove into the world of new thought, the world of non-duality, like pretty much from having no formal experience at all with talking about anything related to spirituality. When I met Ike, all that changed. And really the rest is history. We started AVAIYA together. We've been creating films and courses and ever since, and that's how I came to be in this world.
Well, cool. One of the reasons why I named this show New Thought Talk, and I spoke to Ike on the phone the other day, and I was telling him my intention of this show was really to highlight and spotlight New Thought here in the California Central Valley. We found out that we have a greater audience than that, and thus the show has expanded in format. And so today I have two people in Colorado that are producing films that will be seen nationally through, possibly internationally through the New Thought, and maybe outside the New Thought community. But the idea is I am a minister of religious science, but New Thought covers so many different, we've got unity, we've got UFBL, we've got divine unity, divine science, and on and on and on. Was there a particular, I'm going to put this way, was there like a particular flavor of New Thought that you first felt an attraction to, or was it just the general consciousness of New Thought, in particular? How did that evolve? Ike, you first.
Yeah, it's the general overview of it. I mean, I love unity, I love religious science, I love all the models, as I call them, and Lord knows I love Emma Curtis Hopkins because she is definitely the mother of New Thought, to me anyway. So I love all the flavors. Now I'm a Baskin Robbins New Thought guy.
I like that. And Andy, did you come to New Thought via your introduction with Ike, or did you come to New Thought and then find Ike in the process?
I definitely came to the world of New Thought through Ike. So again, meeting him was this big stepping stone for me into the world of spirituality. And I guess for me, one of the most amazing things about New Thought overall as a flavor is the communities that are involved. All the different unity churches, the Centers for Spiritual Living, or religious science churches, divine science, all of these places where people can come and really just be who they are and be empowered in all of their choices in life.
Isn't that exciting?
It is.
It really is great. And one of the things that in your movie highlights this, there's been other movies out there that have highlighted this concept. Back in just after the turn of the last century, into the early 20s and stuff, when Ernest Holmes was working and the Fillmores were working and Goldsmith was out there doing his thing, and New Thought was really this big upsurging consciousness. And then it hit a plateau, and it maybe even diminished somewhat over the years as the government, the economy got prosperous and so on and so forth. But I look at today, what's going on in the world around us. And in my understanding of New Thought, I truly believe this is our time. And I believe that this is the time that the message of New Thought is really, it's like tailor-made for what's going on in the world. And the exciting thing about this is, and your movie kind of highlights this, is that we see it in the world. We don't see it as New Thought. We don't see it as religious science, but we see it as like Wayne Dyer or Bob Proctor or Dr. Joe Vitale, some of these people that you've got in your movie they're out there and they're speaking our language, and it's self-empowerment, and there's a spiritual journey. And God bless your little souls. That's a wonderful thing to be associated, to have the opportunity to meet with you and to share this thing. And we're going to be cutting away to our first break here in a minute. When we open up the next segment, I'm going to bring open the segment, and then what we're going to do is you've got about a minute 50-second trailer that you put together for your movie. We're going to run that. And then we're going to talk about the movie. I want you to tell me how it evolved. And boy, you've got such a great cast of characters in this movie of yours. People that are very well known and stuff. So this is all really good stuff. It's stuff that people can relate to, people that are in New Thought, they'll have a connection with, and people that aren't in New Thought, they're going to get kind of the meat and potatoes of this, just laid out before them. So we're going to cut away now to our break. Listen, you two, I want to thank you for being on the show. We're going to have a great couple more segments. So we'll see you when we come back.
Steve.
This message was brought to you by Javita Coffee. Change your coffee, change your life, one cup at a time. Check us out at ilovejavita.com.
Viewers of Central Valley Talk, what is your home worth? The experienced agents at Mike Briggs Properties are offering a free property valuation if you mention Central Valley Talk. Find the value of your property for free. Call Mike Briggs Properties at 486-6758. Mention Central Valley Talk. Mike Briggs Properties, 486-6758.
Hi, Bob Rose for Car Bazaar Auto Sales. Wow! This month only 0 down payment on drive-off. That's right, folks. 0 down payment on drive-off. Up to $2,000 trade-in value for your car. Monthly payments as low as $299.99. SSI and AFDC are always welcome here at Car Bazaar. 30 years in business. That's right, folks. 30 years in business. We finance anybody. And remember, folks, at Car Bazaar, your job is your credit.
Blackstone, south of Ashland.
Let our family at AVAIYA Insurance Services help protect your family's future. If you've bought a new home, changed vehicles, or just need a comprehensive review, let our agents help you. As your family grows, we can offer you competitive rates on life and health insurance. Call AVAIYA Insurance Services for a quote today. AVAIYA Insurance Services, 268-7386, or visit us online at avaiyainsurance.com. Come join the A-Team.
Watts Family Grill. We grill slow, smile, secret sauce, cold beer, and old friends. Park out back. Look for us on Blackstone, south of McKinley. Watts Family Grill.
In 1985, Larry Korth set out to help his friends, family, and community find affordable ways to buy a home or a business property. 30 years later, Mid-Valley Financial is the premier mortgage banker in the Central Valley. The professional staff at Mid-Valley will find the best mortgage products for your family. Mid-Valley Financial takes great pride in being the Central Valley's local lender. Visit us at midvalleyfinancial.com.
Lunch phone, what is your location, please?
I'm in Fresno's Tower District.
What is your budget, please?
I only have $7.
Well, that leaves you only one choice. Go directly to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District. He is having a lunch special for $6.89.
Well, that won't leave me enough money to get a drink.
No worries. Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District will get you lunch and a drink for just $6.89.
Wow! I'm going straight to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District to get the lunch special and drink for just $6.89.
Thank you for calling Lunch Phone. This has been a recording.
What?
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Well, welcome back. It's New Thought Talk. I am the Reverend Steve Walling from the Spiritual Awareness Center, located in beautiful downtown Madera in the Central Valley of California. We've got a great show today with iKE aLLEN and Ande Anderson, and we're talking about their projects and stuff. So we're going to cut away now to the trailer for New Thought, the movie. We'll be back when it's run its course.
New Thought, there's so much more to it than I think the typical person gets. It's a philosophy. Oh, it's a way of looking at life. Oh, it's this church. Oh, it's that church.
Well, first of all, there's nothing new about New Thought. It's basically original thought that we're reclaiming.
New Thought is a way of living. It is a way. And it's not just New Thought Science of Mind, New Thought Unity. or the ways we have experienced it.
In essence, we teach that there is only one power and that that power responds through our thinking in perfection.
New thought, in my view, is us finally waking up to the truth. That's a new thought in and of itself.
Non-Judgment Day is here, and it is our opportunity to be that in the world that then shines the light for other people to step up into their power and recognize that we're connected down to the very core of who and what we are.
Every single moment, no matter what, we are in an interaction with life. We're doing a transaction with life.
I don't care what language or vernacular it comes out in. It really doesn't matter to me.
The big question is, knowing that we belong to each other, how are we then going to be with each other?
Well, that's the trailer for the movie, and I have had the opportunity to see the movie, and I'm excited about it. And we have as our guest Ike and Andy. They are the producers of the movie through their company AVAIYA. So, all right, you two, tell me about the movie. We talked a little bit about your, finding new thought and stuff, but how did this movie come about? And you've got an incredible cast of characters. You've got Bob Proctor and Joe Vitale. You've got Mary Morrissey, Ricky Byers-Beckwith. I mean, the list goes on, Gay Hendricks, and so on and so on and so on and so on. You got a great group of people. How did you bring this all together? Tell me about it.
We bribed them all, Steve. We bribed every one of them.
There you go.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies, New Thought chocolate chip cookies, and they all came into the water.
Well, that's great. How long has the project been in the works?
Yeah, some of those interviews are 3 years old because we've been chipping away at it, and we use, when we interview people, we have several years worth of film projects we're looking to create, and so when we sit down and interview people, then we say, can you talk about New Thought? What do you think about New Thought? And of course, everyone jumps and says, yes, New Thought. So then we talk to them about New Thought, but we also talk to them about other subjects. So it's been, for me, from the beginning, I've been chipping away at putting that together for about 5 years, I would say. And then I just said this spring, I said, this is it, putting this film together finally. I sat down, put it together. Andy stood over me and whipped me into shape, and there it is.
Well, there you go. I'm gonna tell the audience before we went on the camera. Ike disclosed to me that Andy is the brains and the brawn behind the partnership. So I totally understand what you're saying. Not that I don't have a similar situation in my home, but it's a good deal. But the thing is, Ike, when we were talking on the phone in a little bit today, you were telling me about you've put this movie together, but it's not being released presently to a wide market. You've got a very interesting marketing plan. Tell me about this, because I like what you're doing. You're going to bring it to the different centers, and give us the 411 on that, my friend.
Yeah, it's definitely a different distribution and release program for this film of ours. It's only available if you see it in a New Thought church. And we heavily are trying to promote the New Thought churches and support them. So by only allowing people to see it in a church when we do our marketing, it drives people, oh, they're going into Seattle, they're going into Dallas. You must go into a New Thought church to watch the film. So therefore, it puts people in a position of actually getting in there and see what's going on in the New Thought movement within the churches themselves.
What a great concept, my friend. That's, it brings it right to the centers that are looking to grow, and it also opens up to an audience that can come. They find the center, they find the movie. What a great deal. And Andy, she's in the movie. Like I say, I had the opportunity to watch it. How'd you like doing that, Andy? Is this your first on-camera movie, or are you in some of the earlier projects also?
No, I'm in lead. I narrate A Course in Miracles, the movie. I'm in the introductions to our Course in Miracles Awakening courses, our film Super Shrink Me. So we're pretty much, featured in most or all of them.
She's always featured. Much better look. She's the brains, the brawn, and the beauty, Steve.
Yeah, well, I noticed that you're also in the movie. You have a minor role here and there. I also like the fact that you have incorporated your daughters in the movie, because and this is a great concept. You're sitting in various venues in your home, and you're discussing aspects about God and stuff, and you're getting an answer. I got to ask you, were these answers were they spontaneous from the girls, or did you kind of discuss this? I see you both shaking your head.
It was one take with the girls. I said, I wonder what the girls would say. I've never put them in front of the camera for this. So no rehearsing, no coaching. I just said, can I put you in front of the camera and ask you some questions? And, like Ava's answer about integrity and the story she tells, spur of the moment. I mean, granted, these are the topics we talk about in our life, but it was one take, and the audio's not perfect, but I said, my God, those answers right there, right? It's like Charles Fillmore said, it's the godlike mind, it's the childlike mind that finds the kingdom. After I got done, I said, my God, I have to use these. They'll never be as perfect as the spontaneity that I just got out of these two girls. So that's why they're in there.
And you're right. They're great. And they're also great because, for people that come to see your movie, if they bring their younger members of their family, there's definitely something there for the kids to relate to on a level that kids can relate to. And that's, I thought that was a great concept.
Yeah, we've had quite a few children come to our events, and one of the fun things to do is to watch the kids when they're watching the movie, because there's a lot of really fun, like hip happening music in the film too, to keep it really upbeat and happy, and the kids are dancing, and it's and they really love the scene of Tenzin.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the scene of Tenzin, but this is a little boy that was born a girl, and he lives in Albuquerque. He goes to the Albuquerque Center for Spiritual Living, and he talks all about his experience, and the kids just love it. Like Olivia, our 9-year-old, is totally enthralled by him.
Yeah. So it's another thing we're doing is we're actually sort of that transgender component of the world. I mean, it's a place that a lot of transgender gay lesbians end up in New Thought because they're truly welcomed. And so by us putting that clip in there, it creates conversations for these teaching moments for parents to have with kids. I mean, it's incredible.
It is. And, that's one of the things about New Thought. You can go back to the turn of the 19th to the 20th century. New Thought was one of the leading proponents in the women's suffrage movement. I mean, there were so many women in the movement that were also leaders in New Thought. New Thought was one of the first philosophies, teachings, religions, whatever you want to call it, that really promoted women as ministers to, take leadership roles. And then as you come into our current time, in the LGBT conversation, New Thought's been right there at the format. And oftentimes where my center is located in Madera, we're really one of the only venues that supports the LGBT community in there. I hope to see more, but that's just what is. So, when I saw that in the movie, I thought, bingo, right on, because we're there. And it's in alignment with what New Thought teaches. When we teach a unity, a oneness, that there's just this great, what is the essence, call it God, call it George, I don't care what you call it, but it's there. And therefore, there's nobody that is less than. And to get that concept across to people, and you can see the light go on, when they go, oh yeah, and that was really good to see in the movie. I'm getting directions from the boss there in the background, but I was when I was turned on to you, Ike, and I found the webpage, and I believe the webpage is listed down there, or your email address is down there. Was it living at all? What's your email address, Ike? Living
oh my
at
God, you want to
AVAIYA.com.
get that out to everybody,
Yeah.
Steve?
What? Yeah, I'm putting it out there, son. We're gonna flood you with good stuff, But
it's living at AVAIYA.com, and Andy's is love at AVAIYA.com.
Okay. Tell me about you. Told me how AVAIYA got its name. I thought that was kind of an interesting little story. Why don't you take a moment? We got a minute or two. Tell me how your company AVAIYA got its name.
Why don't you tell them about this?
Well, we were coming up with a company to start 4.5 ish years ago, and trying to come up with different names. We actually had a whole different name for it and started a whole different LLC in the very beginning, and it just didn't resonate. And we were sitting in our office one day, and it just kind of, the inspiration hit me. Well, why don't we call it AVAIYA? AVAIYA is actually the name of our 6-year-old daughter, who also goes by Ava. And why not call it AVAIYA? It's this most beautiful name that really doesn't mean anything, but you could attach any meaning to it that you wanted. And so and then we of course go to GoDaddy.com to make sure that the domain name is available, and there it is.
I know, and I had said to Andy, I said, I tried to get AVAIYA.com when Ava was born, and it was not available. So I said, I refuse to name a company unless I can have the .com of it. So I went and looked. There it was. I was like, wow, that's it. Someone let it lapse back in. So we bought it, and that was it. It's AVAIYA.com.
Divine synchronicity.
There it is.
And that's great. So you keeping it in the family, so to speak. That's
we
great.
assume Ava will take the company over someday and make New Thought a true, probably in Ava's generation, an intergalactic thought system.
Hey, I can see it coming so many different ways. What a great concept. I'm getting the notice it's going to be time for us to cut away to our second break. When we come back, God, we're already done with our second segment. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the other projects that Ike and Andy have put together. They've got some wonderful stuff, and there's stuff on their website that you can go to and you can purchase. We'll talk about that, and we just got some great stuff to talk about, so we'll see you when we come back.
This message was brought to you by Javita Coffee. Change your coffee, change your life, one cup at a time. Check us out at iLoveJavita.com.
Viewers of Central Valley Talk, what is your home worth? The experienced agents at Mike Briggs Properties are offering a free property valuation if you mention Central Valley Talk. Find the value of your property for free. Call Mike Briggs Properties at 486-6758. Mention Central Valley Talk. Mike Briggs Properties, 486-6758.
Hi, Bob Rose for Car Bazaar Auto Sales. Wow! This month, only 0 down payment on drive-off. That's right, folks. 0 down payment on drive-off. Up to $2,000 trade-in value for your car. Monthly payments as low as $299.99. SSI and AFDC are always welcome here at Car Bazaar. 30 years in business. That's right, folks. 30 years in business. We finance anybody. And remember, folks, at Car Bazaar, your job is your credit.
Blackstone, south of Ashland.
Lunch phone, what is your location, please?
I'm in Fresno's Tower District.
What is your budget, please?
I only have $7.
Well, that leaves you only one choice. Go directly to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District. He is having a lunch special for $6.89.
Well, that won't leave me enough money to get a drink.
No worries. Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District will get you lunch and a drink for just $6.89.
Wow. I'm going straight to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District to get the lunch special and drink for just $6.89.
Thank you for calling Lunch Phone. This has been a recording.
What?
In 1985, Larry Korth set out to help his friends, family, and community find affordable ways to buy a home or a business property. 30 years later, Mid-Valley Financial is the premier mortgage banker in the Central Valley. The professional staff at Mid-Valley will find the best mortgage products for your family. Mid-Valley Financial takes great pride in being the Central Valley's local lender. Visit us at midvalleyfinancial.com.
Hello, I'm Shelley at Horn Photo, and it's time to do more with your pictures. Get those images out of your camera, off your computer, and rescued from deep within your phone, and turn them into memorable photo keepsakes and gifts. Here at Horn Photo in Fresno, we have many wonderful photo items that we produce in-house, and we're here to help you find your individual style. So now's the time. Stop by Horn Photo in the Bellagio at Blackstone and East, or visit us online at hornphoto.com to explore the possibilities.
Watts Family Grill. We grill slow, smile, secret sauce, cold beer, and old friends. Park out back. Look for us on Blackstone, south of McKinley. Watts Family Grill.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back to New Thought Talk. I am the Reverend Steve Walling from the Spiritual Awareness Center, located in beautiful downtown Madera. My guests for today are Ike, aLLEN, and Ande Anderson. They are the producers of New Thought, the movie, and so many things more. They have a company called AVAIYA, which you can find on the internet at AVAIYA.com. That's AVAIYA. And so anyway, we're going to start. We talked about the movie, but during the break, Ike was telling me he's got about 10 projects that he's completed over a period of time. I want to talk about a couple of those. The first one is this movie, Leap. That was your first movie project, right, Ike?
Absolutely.
Okay. And who's involved in that movie?
Leap is another, it's sort of like New Thought the movie. Leap is interesting because it's an evolving film. Even all these years later, Leap has been out for 7, 8, 9 years, I can't remember. And it's loaded with, fun people, and we changed them out. It's got people like Arnold Patton, who occurs to many people as a somewhat unknown, but Oprah still lists him as like one of her top 3 most influential people ever. Then it's got some of the usual cast of characters, as we call them, like Joe Vitale and James Twyman.
Puppet G.
Puppet G, the puppet, the most fabulous guru puppet in the world.
He's
who's
great.
Also a New Thought the movie.
Yeah.
It's got Cynthia James, who's a CSL minister.
Right.
My gosh, so many films. I'm trying to think.
I
who
know.
else I should have the DVDs in front of me.
Boy, we'll have to redo the show again, and we'll go through all that. So you went from that. Now you have a large inventory, if you will, with an investment in the Course in Miracles. How did you come to the Course in Miracles, and how did that evolve into the movie?
When I was making Leap, the whole premise of Leap is the world is an illusion. So I kept stumbling. I didn't even really know what A Course in Miracles was, and I kept stumbling into A Course in Miracles people, and I set out to make one film. And I said, wow, I keep coming to these A Course in Miracles people. I think I should make a film about A Course in Miracles. And that was really the crossing over point where I said, I'm just going to keep making films and media. So they just kept falling into my lap. And then Ken Wapnick, the guy that edited it, he just passed away last year.
Right.
Everyone said, oh, he won't do an interview, he won't do an interview, he won't do an interview. Then all of a sudden I get an email saying he'd like to be interviewed for it. So I said, well, divine inspiration. I guess I'm going to make a film about A Course in Miracles.
Well, now, how long has A Course in Miracles, the movie, been out?
The newly reimagined version has been out for a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, the film, our original film, has been out for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Boy, I'm horrible with those numbers, Steve.
Okay.
But we totally re-edited it and put some new people in. The people kept requesting, like David Hoffmeister, John Mundy. So we released a special edition version about a year ago.
Oh, great. Now, on the AVAIYA website, you have a shop where we can go. Is The Course in Miracles available there, the movie?
Absolutely.
Okay, what other movies are available there right now?
The Tao of Quantum Physics. We have A Course in Miracles DVD series. Leap is there. Several of our products, when you go to the specific page, you'll see there's all kinds of free gifts. Often the people in the films give us free gifts. So when you buy the movie on our website, you get all these bonus and free gifts. We have a film called Gratitude Effect there. We have a film about network marketing there from sort of a New Thought perspective called Forward. So there's a lot of different things there, and then there's a whole book series that people can explore too, and it's all at AVAIYA.com.
Right. Now that book series we were talking about, the 45-day book series. Is that correct?
45 days.
That's 45 days with like Ernest Holmes, with Emma Curtis Hopkins. Who are some of the other people that we have there?
Charles Fillmore, the founder of Unity. We have Emily Dickinson, Helen Keller, Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Abraham Lincoln.
We're actually about to launch another one about the science of getting rich. Ken Wapnick. It's a massively expanding book series.
About 2 a month.
Oh, that's great. And so I go there and get my whole New Thought library renewed just by going to your website. That's
yeah, your Christmas list,
Great.
Hanukkah, Christmas,
Festivus, my favorite holiday of the year. That's wonderful.
Yeah. We actually have several churches that buy them in bulk, and they're actually teaching them as a class through a 6-week, 45-day program. So
that's a great concept. Go ahead.
It simplifies things for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the design of the 45 Days with Book series is that they highlight a snippet of Ernest Holmes for a day, and then in that day you get an action step and a journal page. So it's a very interactive kind of a book, so people are authoring a book with Ernest Holmes.
What a great concept, guys. That's wonderful. Now, you've got a new project that's going to be released here soon. We've kind of been talking about it in the background. It is Yolanda. Tell me about
Absolutely.
Tell me
it is
about
Reverend Yolanda's Old Time Gospel Hour, the movie.
Oh, I love it. So tell us about Yolanda. How did that evolve into a new Ike and Andy project?
Well, Ike has always had this dream of creating the Rocky Horror Picture Show of country gospel music. And actually last summer, we were at the Bodie Center in Chicago showing A Course in Miracles, the movie, and someone came up to Ike and asked him, like, if you could make one thing right now, what would it be? And he told him that's what it would be. And shortly thereafter, I think within like 48 hours, we were at my family's house in Nebraska at a little family reunion, and we get an email through our AVAIYA website saying, "Hi, my name is Reverend Yolanda. I am an interfaith minister, country gospel singing drag queen, and I hear you'd like to make a movie."
And here we are.
There you are. So now, Yolanda, what is Yolanda's full name?
Roger Anthony Yolanda Mapes from Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
From Muscle Shoals. That's a name I haven't heard for many years. I think there's a song in my history somewhere that I might even been one of Leonard Skinner's songs, and I hope I'm not dating myself too
much. A lot
of
musicians recorded in Muscle Shoals. It's that's why older generations are like, oh yeah, Muscle Shoals.
There you go. Okay, so Yolanda got a hold of you, Reverend Yolanda, and he said, I got this thing that I do, and so you put together this movie. Now, you were telling me, Reverend Yolanda is going to be opening, is it for the Course in Miracles conference in New York? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yolanda's opening for the next ACIM conference in New York City. She actually just played a big progressive Christian festival, and she's in New Thought the movie. So everyone gets a taste of her in New Thought the movie, and we're hoping that sets them up to take a look at this, because she's of course fabulous, and she's very serious. Yeah. I really won, Steve, because I got my Rocky Horror Picture Show element, I got my country gospel or country element / country gospel, and she's actually an interfaith minister from the Interfaith Seminary in New York. So it worked out even more spectacular, right? You put something out there, and man, it came back tenfold, because Yolanda is tenfold, brother.
Oh, that's great. Ike, one of the things that's near and dear to my heart, as a matter of fact, when I spoke in Canada recently, it was the topic of my talk, and that is, it's about the message and not the messenger. Yep. And to get that, some people get so caught up in their own little niche in the world. I'm a religious science or a unity or whatever, and you can go on, transcend into other philosophies and faiths and so on. But there's a message. And if we can get the message, it doesn't make any difference who's presenting the message. If we can get the message and get it out to the world, it changes the world. I don't change the world other than as I change myself, likewise with all of us. But the message, that's the theme, that's the underlying music, that's the wave that will transcend it all. And, whether it's Yolanda or Andy or Ike or people from CSL or the Fillmores or, Ernest, it doesn't make any difference. It really is about the message. And what you've done with your company is you've brought that message to the world in various formats, through the New Thought movie, the Course in Miracles, and the one movie that we haven't talked about much is the Tao of Physics. I know that you've got, was it Fred Allen Wolf? You've got him in a couple of your things. How did the Tao of Physics come about, and what's the audience for that? I mean, how's the take going on that?
Yeah, it's just to specify, it's the Tao of Quantum Physics, so I don't get a copyright infringement issue here.
Okay.
So the Tao of Quantum Physics, when I made Leap, we just had people that wanted the Western mind, as a percentage of that Western mind, they wanted more of the quantum physics end of proving that the world is an illusion. So we assembled something for that Western quantum mechanics sort of mind, and so that's why it's got Fred, and it has Joe Dispenza, and more Peter Russell, who's a British mathematician who's lovingly brilliant, and Amit Goswami, who's very well known in that world, and even more of Will Arndt, who made What the Bleep, and some other people. But it's fun. It's got a clip of the movie Flatland that the guys that made that let us use, and it's a fun movie. But it's also like, if you want to come to terms with the illusory nature of reality via quantum physics, that's the film for you.
That's the film. All right. Well, Bill, I want you to pull us out and just show the banner behind me. This is a compilation of some of the things that Ike sent me. You can see the title for New Thought, the movie. We got some pictures of some of the people that are involved in this movie. There's up in the upper left-hand corner of AVAIYA, and that's I took that off Ike's or AVAIYA's Facebook page. Gives his vision statement, I believe. And you guys, I'm almost speechless. I mean, come on, give me a break. I'm a minister. How can I get to a point where I'm almost speechless? But to have you here today, it's been wonderful. We're getting ready to cut away to our last segment. I told you going into this, time just flies. You know, we've got so much more that we could talk about. When we come back, I want to wrap up our interview. I want you to think about things that you want to maybe close with. You've got an audience out there. Let's touch that audience. And you guys are great. So we're gonna take our break, Bill, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
This message was brought to you by Javita Coffee. Change your coffee, change your life, one cup at a time. Check us out at iLoveJavita.com.
Viewers of Central Valley Talk, what is your home worth? The experienced agents at Mike Briggs Properties are offering a free property valuation if you mention Central Valley Talk. Find the value of your property for free. Call Mike Briggs Properties at 486-6758. Mention Central Valley Talk. Mike Briggs Properties, 486-6758.
Hi, Bob Rose for Car Bazaar Auto Sales. Wow! This month, only 0 down payment on drive-off. That's right, folks. 0 down payment on drive-off. Up to $2,000 trade-in value for your car. Monthly payments as low as $299.99. SSI and AFDC are always welcome here at Car Bazaar. 30 years in business. That's right, folks. 30 years in business. We finance anybody. And remember, folks, at Car Bazaar, your job is your credit.
Blackstone, south of Ashland.
Let our family at AVAIYA Insurance Services help protect your family's future. If you've bought a new home, changed vehicles, or just need a comprehensive review, let our agents help you. As your family grows, we can offer you competitive rates on life and health insurance. Call AVAIYA Insurance Services for a quote today. AVAIYA Insurance Services, 268-7386, or visit us online at avaiyainsurance.com. Come join the A-Team.
Watts Family Grill. We grill slow, smile, secret sauce, cold beer, and old friends. Park out back. Look for us on Blackstone, south of McKinley. Watts Family Grill.
In 1985, Larry Korth set out to help his friends, family, and community find affordable ways to buy a home or a business property. 30 years later, Mid-Valley Financial is the premier mortgage banker in the Central Valley. The professional staff at Mid-Valley will find the best mortgage products for your family. Mid-Valley Financial takes great pride in being the Central Valley's local lender. Visit us at midvalleyfinancial.com.
Lunch phone, what is your location, please?
I'm in Fresno's Tower District.
What is your budget, please?
I only have $7.
Well, that leaves you only one choice. Go directly to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District. He is having a lunch special for $6.89.
Well, that won't leave me enough money to get a drink.
No worries. Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District will get you lunch and a drink for just $6.89.
Wow, I'm going straight to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District to get the lunch special and drink for just $6.89.
Thank you for calling Lunch Phone. This has been a recording.
What?
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Well, it's New Thought Talk. Welcome back. I am the Reverend Steve Walling from the Spiritual Awareness Center, located in beautiful downtown Madera. My guests for today are iKE, aLLEN, and Ande Anderson. They are the people behind the company AVAIYA. It has produced The Leap, the Tao of Quantum Physics, the Course in Miracles, the movie. They've got New Thought, the movie out, and they got a new movie coming out about Reverend Yolanda. We talked about a bit in the last segment, and we just got a whole lot of stuff going on. Guys, right now, we touched on this a little bit, but besides the movies that we've got on the website for sale, and we've got Reverend Yolanda's movie coming out, the New Thought, the movie, and I wanted to clarify this before we finish up. That's not available to the public because you are taking it around, presenting it at New Thought centers. So I'm a New Thought center. I want to have the movie. What do I do? I mean, this is a great movie. You got good people in it, and you're in Colorado, and I'm, wherever I am. How am I going to get the movie?
You easily go to newthoughtthemovie.com and send us a request. And we're planning our touring schedule, and so as long as it matches up on our touring schedule, or if a big enough center wants to bring us in, they bring us in and we show it. And then we're doing a lot of marketing to bring new people into the centers. Again, that's the reason why it's not available on DVD, because this forces people that don't normally step foot in a New Thought church to come into a New Thought church via our marketing and visit the church and hopefully start showing up on Sundays to grow the audience.
Well, that, like I said earlier, that's a great idea. And if you got a New Thought center out there and you're looking to promote New Thought, promote your center, you need to get a hold of these two. And because they, like Ike said, they're putting together their touring schedule. I got a feeling they'll probably be in your part of the country at some time over the next couple of months or year. And you get on the schedule. That's what's going to happen. And it's going to open the doors in people's minds in your area. It's a great movie. I feel very privileged because I had the opportunity to watch the movie, and thanks again, Ike. I appreciate it. And that's what it's all about, is supporting New Thought, supporting the centers. And you guys got a great company. It's like my technician Bill said during the break. It looks like you guys may have something going between you that, that's a good thing. Good partnerships make for strong companies.
Definitely something going between us.
There is something going.
I think that's wonderful. You're located there in Colorado. You're in Boulder, right?
We are in the Boulder bubble.
There you go. I've got a daughter out there somewhere. And, one of these days I'll get back to Boulder. It's, I noticed on was one of your websites that you do a little outdoor activity. Both of you like to hike. You're in a great area to do that. You're an inspiration on many levels to many people. One of the things about younger generation people, and to me as a minister of religious science, this is something that I feel is very important, that to see young people like you that are entrepreneurs, that are building up a New Thought consciousness, taking it out to the world, you're touching younger people like you. Like attracts like you've not heard that before, right? But we need to touch younger people. They're talking about, what is it, the millennials now, I think is what they call them. But reaching out and touching them at their language, at their level, not my language, my level, my way, but at their way. And what you've done with the movie and with the other movies. A Course in Miracles is not religious science, but it is definitely something that I would highly recommend to anybody that is looking to grow spiritually. The Tao of Quantum Physics answers, like you were saying, you answer so many questions for people about reality, what it is and what it isn't. Is there anything at this, because we're going to wrap this up here, is there anything that you want to say in closing, you two, besides the fact that, you really care for each other and this, are a wonderful couple? what else would you like to say?
I'd just like to close with, if anyone is watching, listening today that hasn't stepped foot into a New Thought church, whether it's Unity, Divine Science, Religious Science, Centers for Spiritual Living, to check it out. Again, coming into the world of New Thought when I was 30, I wished that I had known earlier that these communities existed and that I could have been part of something that is so inclusive and phenomenal. So I just encourage any of you who haven't to check out a New Thought church.
Thank you, Andy. How about you, Ike? You got anything in closing?
I'm just very thankful for all the communities. They make it fun to go out and travel and spend time with them. We're collecting interviews of all the New Thought ministers as we travel, and we're going to create a whole series to keep promoting New Thought. Our agenda is to promote the New Thought churches, the New Thought centers, the communities over the next 10 years or so, do everything we can to get New Thought, but also the New Thought church is known as a household name. So if we come and see you, we're going to do everything we can to support you, and we look forward to working with more of you.
That's wonderful, kids. I want to thank you for taking your time today to joining me on the show. Once again, I'm going to tell you, I think you got a great product. You got a great company. I see a great future for you, and I want to thank you for what you're doing for New Thought in the world, because it is a powerful teaching. It is a powerful philosophy. It empowers people, and it's open to everybody. And it just can't get, in my mind, it can't get any better than that. So Ike, Andy, I want to thank you for being on the show today. I look forward to seeing you and talking to you in the future again, because I see great things for you guys. So thanks again.
Thank you, Steve, for everything today.
You're welcome. Steve. All right, take care. All right. Well, it's that time. Gosh, like I say, almost on a weekly basis, it seems like. We got to the end of the show much faster than I had intended to. I hope you enjoyed my guests today. They're a great couple. They got a great product out there. Go to their webpage, AVAIYA.com. Take a look at what they got and go back, because they got other things unfolding in the future. And now, at this point in time, you're out there, wherever you are out there in the world, and you're watching this, and if you haven't had any contact with New Thought before, or if you've been watching the show and you're kind of interested and you want to find out more about it, there is an organization called Serving New Thought. They have a webpage that is called findacenter.com. If you go to findacenter.com, they have attempted to list every New Thought center in the world. So you go there, and there's a map of the world. You put your cursor on your country, your province, your state, whatever, and you work your way down till you get to the area that is local to you, and you can find the nearest New Thought center to where you live. There will be at least basic contact information. If the center itself supports their site through working with Serving New Thought, volunteering, helping to support the program, they may have an enhanced site with various other things there for you. But you can at least get an address, a contact information, where you can find the center that's nearest you. And reach out and touch that center. Reach out, because there's a minister or there's a practitioner or there is somebody there at that center that will respond to your inquiry, and they can get back to you. And it may be close enough that you can travel to. And if it's not, well, there's another resource out there that is also put out by Serving New Thought that is called newthoughtlibrary.com. And if you go to newthoughtlibrary.com, you will find a library of books that they have put online. These are books that are out of copyright, so they're up there legitimately, legally, and they are the founders of this New Thought consciousness. You'll find people like Ernest Holmes, Fenwick Holmes, you'll find the Fillmores, you'll find Emma Curtis Hopkins, you'll find John Bascom, you'll find so many other people that help to mold and create this personal, empowering philosophy that we call New Thought. It's there, and it's there for you. You can read, you can study, you can learn. Gosh, there's just so much incredible, good information there. And from there, you can grow yourself. And when you get into it and you begin to understand how powerful you are, how God has created you in its image and its likeness to be all that you can be. And the information is there, and it's readily available to you. You have a computer, obviously, because you're watching the show. Access these things. Use these tools. Put them to use in your life. You will change your life. It's a powerful, powerful thing. And I thank you for watching us today. And as I do each week, I want to close with this. May the light of God surround you. May the love of God enfold you. May the power of God protect you. May the presence of God watch over you, because truly, wherever you are, God is, and all is well. Thank you for joining us this week. I'll see you when we come back. Take care.
This message was brought to you by Javita Coffee. Change your coffee, change your life, one cup at a time. Check us out at iLoveJavita.com.
Viewers of Central Valley Talk, what is your home worth? The experienced agents at Mike Briggs Properties are offering a free property valuation if you mention Central Valley Talk. Find the value of your property for free. Call Mike Briggs Properties at 486-6758. Mention Central Valley Talk. Mike Briggs Properties, 486-6758.
Hi, Bob Rose for Car Bazaar Auto Sales. Wow! This month only 0 down payment on drive-off. That's right, folks. 0 down payment on drive-off. Up to $2,000 trade-in value for your car. Monthly payments as low as $299.99. SSI and AFDC are always welcome here at Car Bazaar. 30 years in business. That's right, folks. 30 years in business. We finance anybody. And remember, folks, at Car Bazaar, your job is your credit.
Blackstone, south of Ashland.
Lunch phone, what is your location, please?
I'm in Fresno's Tower District.
What is your budget, please?
I only have $7.
Well, that leaves you only one choice. Go directly to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District. He is having a lunch special for $6.89.
Well, that won't leave me enough money to get a drink.
No worries. Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District will get you lunch and a drink for just $6.89.
Wow! I'm going straight to Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District to get the lunch special and drink for just $6.89.
Thank you for calling Lunch Phone. This has been a recording.
What?
In 1985, Larry Korth set out to help his friends, family, and community find affordable ways to buy a home or a business property. 30 years later, Mid-Valley Financial is the premier mortgage banker in the Central Valley. The professional staff at Mid-Valley will find the best mortgage products for your family. Mid-Valley Financial takes great pride in being the Central Valley's local lender. Visit us at midvalleyfinancial.com.
Hello, I'm Shelley at Horn Photo, and it's time to do more with your pictures. Get those images out of your camera, off your computer, and rescued from deep within your phone, and turn them into memorable photo keepsakes and gifts. Here at Horn Photo in Fresno, we have many wonderful photo items that we produce in-house, and we're here to help you find your individual style. So now's the time. Stop by Horn Photo in the Bellagio at Blackstone and East, or visit us online at hornphoto.com to explore the possibilities.
Watts Family Grill. We grill slow, smile, secret sauce, cold beer, and old friends. Park out back. Look for us on Blackstone, south of McKinley. Watts Family Grill.
CentralValleyTalk.com